We're gonna make another video. If you're struggling to figure out your style as an artist, then this video is for you. My name is Kelly. I am a full-time artist and I struggled to find my style for a very long time. When you scroll through Instagram and your favorite artist pops up in your feed, I bet you can figure out exactly who that art belongs to before ever seeing the username. Their style is distinct and cohesive. Artists work very hard to find their style. Sometimes they do things consciously to develop their style. Sometimes their styles develop organically over time. Depending on where you're at in your journey, this pursuit could feel very, very overwhelming. It is okay if this is the point that you are at in your art journey. You know, nobody says that you have to find a style, for one, but the fact that you're watching this video means that you probably do want to find your style, so I'm going to help you with that. First, I want to talk about what style is. Every part of your art can be a defining element of your own style. It can be the medium that you use, it could be your subject matter, your color scheme, your use of shape and form. Every principle of design plays into your style. There's also the broader genres of art, like abstract expressionism or cubism or fauvism. There are so many different art movements that exist, and maybe you fall into one of those categories. Right now, you might not think you have an art style, but don't worry, you will get there. If you want to get there faster and you want a style that is more unique, then the following tips are going to help you. Tip number 1, try different styles and movements within the art world. If you don't know what style or movement you enjoy most, then try a bunch of them. Keep jumping around. Sample from different decades, sample from different artists within each movement. Keep trying things until you feel a little tug in your creativity to linger in one area. Or maybe you're drawn to movements that kind of have common threads within them. The more that you can kind of introspect and figure out what draws you to these things, the closer you're going to get to finding your style. Pick an art movement and recreate it. Maybe your style is going to be a combination of different movements mixed with some other things and mixed with a bunch of other things. You don't know. So try as many movements as you can until you start to feel like something fits you. Number 2, try different materials and mediums. Every material feels different. Acrylic paint is going to feel different to colored pencils. Pastels are going to feel different to oil paints. Even if you're working in a digital medium, like all of these things will have a different feel. Every material that you work with can create something a little bit different. Your hand is going to use the materials differently. Your muscle memory is going to work differently between these different materials. So the more you try, the closer you're going to get to what is naturally fitting to you. I've tried a crap ton of materials, and sometimes I'll include materials from the past that, I didn't like working with, and then suddenly it fits me. Materials evolve with you over time, so try a bunch of them, see what feels best. Some people will think that they suck at art because they can't do anything with graphite, but then they switch to paint and suddenly their world opens up and they feel like they are kind of creatively free. So keep trying, experiment with as many materials as you can, and have fun with it. Number 3, learn as much as you can. You don't have to go to art school, you don't have to have a traditional education, but learning about art materials, learning about art movements, learning about different artists, learning about why artists make the decisions that they do and why they use the materials that they use and why, you can't put oil paints and acrylic paints together in certain orders, and just learning the basics of the art world, the basics of design, of color and shape and form and line and balance and composition. The more you learn, the more you can break the rules. And the more you learn, the more you can see what is possible. Learn more. Get exposed to as many things as you can. If you don't want to go to art school, because I don't necessarily recommend going to art school, Google things. Go on YouTube. Find videos. There's so much free information out there. Find it, learn, keep learning. It will help you find your style. Number 4, copy the artists that you are drawn to. When you do go to art school, or if you're taking any art classes, a lot of times instructors will give you art of the masters to copy. Copying other artists' work shows you what is possible, shows you how to kind of wrap your head around and wrap your muscles around how to actually bring art to life. If another artist inspires you, then try their art. Try recreating their work. But be very careful, because just because you have copied something It doesn't make it yours. This is a copy. So especially with living artists, artists that are on Instagram, artists that are currently selling their art, if you copy their work, that art is not yours. Do not sell it. Possibly don't even post it. A lot of artists are not okay with their work being copied. So be careful. It is okay to practice. It is okay to do this in private and to copy and see what is possible. And be proud of yourself when you can mimic the artist that you are inspired by and that you respect. This is really cool. But this is not your work. Do not claim it as your own. Be careful of just stealing another artist's style, because that is totally possible to do. And I have seen this happen on social media. Do not base your style around a single artist. Very bad. Copy the artists that you enjoy and copy a lot of them and see where that gets you. Also, if you haven't read it, you should read Still Like an Artist. Great book. Really great book. Super helpful. So we'll have that as like a little sub-tip. Sub-tip to number 4, read Still Like an Artist. Number 5, copy and study the world around you. In art classes, basic like drawing 101, a lot of instructors are going to give you a still life to draw or do intro to figure drawing or architectural studies. Studying the world around you is a free way to train your eye, to train your hand, to draw exactly what is in front of you. Learning the basics and drawing what is in front of you will help to enhance your skill set, and it can also show you some stylistic tendencies that you aren't aware that you have. The unwillingness or the inability to copy what is directly in front of us can kind of show us our style a little bit. I know when I did figure drawing, there is a sort of illustrative quality that I started to notice in everything that I was doing. So study the world around you. It will teach you a lot. Number 6, release expectations and play. Maybe your style isn't really out there yet. So what you need to do is take what you can see in the world around you and start combining things, start playing with things. You know, combine those different art movements that you've studied with the different materials that you've studied. Play with compositions, play with styles, mix things together. Do things just for the sake of having fun and just to see what happens. A lot of art is an experiment and you learn a lot through trial and error. You see something, you've never drawn it before, but you want to draw it and you want to draw it in a different style and you want to use a different material that you've never used, do it. You will get closer to finding your style, and your style will probably be more unique because you are combining so many different elements in the work that you do. Don't have expectations. Play. Have fun. Number 7, create often. You will not find your style by just thinking about art. You have to actually do art. When this video is done, go make art. That is the biggest thing that will help you find your style. Make art. Make as much art as you can, make it as often as you can. As you play, you will see your style emerge. As you practice, you will see your skills get better. Make art. It'll be good for you. Though I can't say that you'll ever be like satisfied with your style. I've been working on my art for years and I still don't like it. That's a good thing. Honestly, like a little bit of discontent as an artist and a little bit of discomfort is a really good thing. But to avoid this video from getting any longer, I'll save that topic for another day. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then do all the things that people do on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, like it, turn on notifications. I'm hoping to make more content like this in the future, so yeah. Stick around. If you have a comment, leave one in the comments.